Well, cities around the world are really asking for support on all levels of district energy development. Of course, it depends where they're starting. But the two key things that they're asking is, how does district energy impact our community? So how can we actually achieve the benefits of district energy in our community for our goals? And how can we work with the private sector and structure our projects to attract finance, and in order to actually reach that potential and those benefits for our community? This varies, of course, from country to country. I think we're trying to work with these different countries to demonstrate the different business models and to show that kind of impact through implementation, and then to scale it up in the regions. But we're doing this with partners. We have 23 partners. Many of you are here. Empower is one of them. IDEA is another one. Johnson Controls, Danfoss, Veolia, and others. So with partnership, we're trying to address these needs, but it's definitely not enough. Right. We have a growing demand from cities around the world, and it's been exponential.
It's the convergence of interests. They're coming together. You know, a lot of us have been in this industry a long time, and without overstating it, we'd often be in our conferences year after year talking to each other, singing to the choir or preaching to the choir. We've always believed in what the message is: the move to distributed generation, the need for cities to have citywide systems. But the move to distributed resources is happening now, and the role of cities. There's been leader cities around the world for decades, but the role of cities is clearly accelerating. The notion of the urgency is really clear to me now, where cities not just are planning and thinking about it and making sure they appoint a couple of people on sustainability files. They're clearly moving to action.
So that you have communities certainly engaged in moving from really beyond thinking about possible vision for tomorrow to action today. And that there's a sense of urgency, but at the same time, we have technologies that are making this transition happen, making it possible for communities to move forward as never before, and that we have an engaged populace. So customers, whether it is a large customer, industrial, commercial, even residential level, they're engaged. They want to see action happen, and I think that's why you're seeing mayors getting so engaged. Your constituents want it. They're seeing other communities move forward, and that's building momentum that we too can move forward in our community.
And so for the last 2 years, we've been deploying funding and guidance to these cities. So there's about $20 million gone into the councils, the cities, that's then gone out to the private sector to carry out that kind of feasibility work that you were referring to.
And that's $20 million invested by the federal government in this effort?
Yeah, that's 20 million of revenue funding from UK government.
Okay.
So what that's managed to do is bring together a number of stakeholders. So we're now supporting something close to 130 cities across the UK. We've got a pipeline of around 180 projects, which I think translates to something in excess of 500 opportunities for heat networks. So, you know, there's a clear opportunity there, but that's not without its challenges. Yeah, I'm sure everyone, if they were to ask for one thing, they'd probably say more resource.
Right.
And that, you know, I'm no different. But we've really seen that local authorities have picked up the mantle and picked up the challenge and are really excited about delivering this infrastructure. UK government likes to be outcome focused, so you know we set what success looks like, and then we're pretty agnostic as to how things get delivered. So we're technology agnostic in terms of the generation for heat networks. We're ownership agnostic. We're investment agnostic.
Right.
You know, there's going to be a lot of different ways to get to the same end result, and you know, there's going to be local circumstances that drive, you know, different types of investment and ownership models.
There's so much flexibility around this technology, what you can deploy, the business models that can be used, the benefits that can be provided. And if you're a new community looking at this technology, the use of district energy systems, you can almost lead to paralysis because there's so many ways you can attack this. And so in some ways, the things that Lily is talking about and that we're talking about is helping communities move forward, be trusted advisors to help them have the best fit solutions for their community that align with their values as a community. And in some cases, for them to move forward, you have to help them understand what is it they want to accomplish. What does success look like? So as you're moving through the process, you're able to actually define solutions that meet their needs and their goals in that community. That's extremely important learning.